The problem with the parliament of Uganda is that it is full of makeup. They apply makeup everywhere. They are now very busy applying makeup on the UPDF amendment bill. The army operates on orders. Whether they are right or wrong, you'll question later. You cannot have fair hearing of a civilian in a military court. Period. And the principle of fair hearing, the right to fair hearing, is non-derogable. Article 44 of the Constitution. You can go ahead and apply your makeup to the UPDF amendment bill and actually have an act. But what is clear, even that act shall be nullified by the Constitutional Court and later the Supreme Court. When the madness of an entire nation disturbs a solitary mind, it is not enough to say that the man is mad. Honorable Adolf Mwesige, clerk to the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, don't join the fray of people who force themselves to believe that all Ugandans are unwise. Yesterday, 13th May 2025, the UPDF amendment bill was read in Parliament for the first time. It was referred to the Committee of Defense and Internal Affairs for scrutiny. In the evening, Mr. Clerk to Parliament, you issued a public notice requiring all Ugandans who want to react to the bill to file a written memorandum or written memoranda in your office, not later than today. You gave us only 24 hours. In fact, 12 hours. You gave us 12 hours. Don't run a country as if we are running a saloon or a bar. We are not, all of us are not unwise. There are provisions in the UPDF amendment bill that make it a reincarnation of the Idi Amin military tribunals. That's what we are fighting, not the entire bill. We are fighting provisions like section 117A in that UPDF amendment bill that actually make it a reincarnation, a rebirth, a return of the Idi Amin military tribunals. The members of Parliament, many of them don't seem to appreciate the contents of the bill. They don't seem, for example, to appreciate that the court martial, as mentioned in the bill, spreads to the entire country. They don't seem to understand that. They seem to think that court martial stops at Machindia. The court martial in the bill spreads to your villages, to the nearest barracks, to your home, military barracks. That's how deep the law is. That's how deep the court martial shall be. That your son, that your daughter, that your nephew, that your niece, that your friend, that your relative will go to a market. While there, he or she will find NUP, National Unity Platform, members, leaders, distributing materials, and out of curiosity or for any other reason, the child or that person shall pick a cap, a beret, or etc. And that immediately after picking those materials, those people shall be candidates for arrest and they shall be taken to the nearest barracks in the military tribunal, now baptized court martial in the barracks, unit court martial in the barracks, and that they shall be tried there, where you will not be able to see them easily, where you will not even afford to take their lawyers. Their lawyers don't want to go into those things. And the laws and the regulations, you know them, in the military barracks, you know them. If you are a military officer or a militant, you chose to be in the army. No one goes to the army when he is below 18. So it is by choice. If there are risks, it is voluntary. You are voluntary to the risk. It is a voluntary assumption of risk. You assumed it. But a civilian, a child in a high school, in a university, who is excited about politics and takes a different direction from you, by the way, member of parliament, you can be NRM, but your child will go to FDC, PFF, NUP. Do you control the political affiliations of your children? Do you? So, while you are legislating in parliament, please understand the depth of the crisis you will create in the country in respect of human rights. Have you forgotten how many people died under Idi Amin's military tribunals? They were established by decree. Here you are establishing it by an act of parliament. But it is the same thing. What you are calling court martials are actually military tribunals. And of all things you want to return military tribunals, there are many things we miss. We miss Uganda Commercial Bank. You can return that one. We miss the cooperative bank. You can return that one. We miss the Uganda Railways. You can return that one. We miss the Uganda Airlines. You can return that one. But not military tribunals. Under the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Parliament is precluded from passing legislations intended to defeat court judgments or intended to defeat the purpose of court judgments or court decisions. You are precluded as members of parliament. I have read section 117A, subsection 1, paragraphs C, D, E, and F of the UPDF amendment bill, and established that they constitute, the provisions therein constitute a fraudulent misrepresentation of the decision of the Supreme Court under exceptional circumstances. The exceptional circumstances under which civilians can be tried under in the military court, in the court martial, as stated in the Supreme Court judgment, where the limitation exists as to court, the judiciary, where there is no competent person in the judiciary, competent possibly in ballistics, who can try a judge or any other judicial officer, who can try a matter in court, where court lacks that competence, there is no such person, then the matter can be referred to the court martial. Then the matter can be tried in the court martial. It is not where offenses are committed using firearms. You are changing the judgment of the Supreme Court. You are departing from the spirit of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court was looking at, do we have personnel? Do we have capacity? Is there a case where the judiciary may lack a person that is competent to try a certain case, depending or considering the equipment that was used, allegedly used in the commission of the offense? That was the question. Now, what is presented under section 117 is a vulgarization of the decision of the Supreme Court. And in fact, it is a replica. What has been presented under section 117, subsection 1, paragraph C to F, is a replica, is a duplication of the provisions as made already under the Trial on Indictments Act, the TIA, the Penal Code Act, the Judicature Act, the Firearms Act, and other legislations made by Parliament. So the question is, if you are saying if a person commits robbery, the offense of robbery, or is alleged to have committed the offense of robbery using a firearm, he or she can be tried or should be tried in the court martial. The question will be, at what point are we going to determine who goes to the court martial and who goes to the high court? At what point are we going to determine who goes this side and who goes the other side? Isn't there going to be a scramble? Are you infectiously, by enacting this law, are you infectiously attempting to amend the Trial Indictments Act and other pieces of legislation that speak about the same offenses or provide for them? Because the prohibitions are already stated under the Trial Indictments Act, the Penal Code Act, and other relevant laws, and their penalties are already prescribed. Why then reproduce them under the UPDF Act? Why reproduce them? So I find that the named sections, the named section and then the subsections thereunder should be expunged. Yeah, should be expunged from the UPDF Act or from the bill itself. You expunge them from the bill because you are causing a duplicity. You are bringing cases. You are bringing cases which are not new, which are already provided for. You're going to cause confusion in the judiciary because you are even going to cause confusion in the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, the DPP. They will not know where to take what charge. Do we go to the court martial, or do we go to the civil courts? Do we go to the high court? Because there is duplicity, and in my view, you are vulgarizing the judgment of the Supreme Court. Expunge.